Hello everyone, welcome to my Orbiter tour. So this time, instead of my Drifter, I thought I would go my Operator, who I recently just updated her fashion. And my Orbiter, I've spent a lot of time in here, obviously, because we just got the back rooms not even a year ago. And there's a lot of history with this place that I want to go over. And this video might be a little bit longer than my back rooms video, but we're gonna shut the fuck up, orders. You see, I'm so glad we don't have to deal with them in the back rooms.
Not a number. Did the
So
operator enjoy this
we'll start with my front mirror. So my front mirror I've covered with lotus glyphs because, you know, Space Mommy is best mommy. And I kind of did it as a meme with one of my old friend groups, but like, what am I supposed to do with all those glyphs once I take them down, you know? I have gotten suggested from some of my other friends that I should make it one giant lotus glyph, or like do one on this side and one on that side. And I've been considering it, but with how some of these are angled, like, I don't know. I don't think I would. And it took me so long to place all of them that I haven't even changed them. And then down here we have some lotus noggles and some very, very, very old PlayStation 4 noggles, because DE, they like to release a lot of free PlayStation Plus packs. And on console, when I used to be a console player, I used to get them all the time, and they used to give you noggles. The only thing I don't have anymore are the weapon and Excalibur skins, but I have the noggles, and I fear that if I pick up those noggles and like I put them back in my inventory, I'll lose them forever. So I'm too scared to do that. And then we have a little like shrine here to lotus with some heart statues. And then we have the 1999 computer. And then I have a lot of floofs up here. A lot of floofs. I love my floofs. And then we just have some Iron Tam sculptures over here. And this was like my first quote-unquote desk that I had here. So I have different things from Borrow, the T-Sed, with the syndicates, little, like, I forget what they're called, but it's like when you reach rank 5 and you can buy them. I only have 4. I haven't did New Loka or the Pearl and Sequence. Those are the only 2 people I haven't did. Then this part took me a long time to do, but as you can tell, this was when Floofs first got introduced with Fortuna. And I like it. It's like a little archway for my Floofs. Then coming down here, I did a whole archway of grass. And before we get down here, this part down here took me weeks. I want to say maybe a month and a half, just because of how little stuff I had and where I was in the standing with everyone that I needed the stuff from. So this is like one of my prize possessions in Warframe is my Orbiter area. So we're start with the Foundry. So first, I just have very like I have a lot of resources here. You know, have fuck, what is it called? The fucking ice shit. I can't think of what it's called. Not gallium. Fuck, what is it called? Hold on a sec. It is called cryotic. Not cryotic. Fuck, what is it called? Gallium. It is called gallium. What the fuck? Anyways, I have gallium, some Rubico, and then some argon crystals here. And this is more of a simplified area. Just to kind of give it a workspace vibe, you know, for crafting with materials. Then over here we have our mod section, which I think is one of the better areas here out of the 4 little like stations. I love how I just put everything together. I put the conclave thing. This is conclave, right? I think so. Yeah. Put the conclave thing there, and then it was kind of difficult to put it, but I was able to squeeze it in back there, and everything came together really, really nicely. I have some Irontan sculptures and Naros's little sand vessel, and then I have a water fountain with the Deviri owl and the ghost owl. I forget who you get the ghost owl from. It's from a pack that I bought, but I thought putting both of them here really was really nice, like mother and like child, you know, very, very pleasant. Well, not really, because the other owls did, but anyways. Then we have our Sentinel area, which I thought was really cool. I really, really love these lights here. I think you get them from the Halloween event, and I didn't get enough, and I wish I got more. But I really, really like this poster here with all the different Sentinels. And then I have some pottery from Zaku's his deluxe pack. And then I have some like circuitry and like robotic stuff here to kind of keep it like techy, you know, for the Sentinels. And then over here, this is my favorite area probably, is the Kubru and Kavad area. I love this poster with the Kubru and the Kavads. I made them a little bed with a watering bowl and some floofs to play with a little like nightlight when they're sleeping. And then this glyph here, not glyph, but picture, is amazing. I love it. I love that the Kavad and Kubrus are like a family pretty much. Then coming over here, we have my little desk corner, which also turned out really awesome. I never really got to finish. Wow, the fucking operator is short. I never really got to finish adding things to it, but for the most part, it turned out really, really nice. I have a lot of different statues back over here. I have a Stalker one, I have a Halloween one. A lot of different posters to kind of just give him more of a living vibe. And then this is where my still path like statues are. I was gonna do like a long row all across here, but I moved to my back rooms, so obviously that didn't work out. And then we have my arsenal here, and I originally wanted the grass over here, this grass on the archway, in my arsenal back here, but the grind was becoming too tedious for me at the time, where I just wanted to get everything done. So I ended up just putting the flower pots there, and it turned out really well. I really love these dividers to kind of like cover up the arsenal a bit, because I've always thought it's been very open. So putting them there gave it a really nice like closed in vibe, and I need to get another one for my back rooms. For the roof though, these are just the floors you get from the home bass lady in the Zariman area, and you can easily just put them up there. I did have to use a green pod there to finish covering it, but like you're never looking up there, so it doesn't really even really matter. And then here are all of my prime noggles. These are all the prime access packs I've bought in. So I've did Mesas, Ivaras, Valvin, and Naros, Ember, Tatiana's, Frost, Goss, Mag. I didn't buy Gara's. I got her noggle when her prime access returned. But these are, and then I have Zaku, Proteas, Sevagoth, Yarli, and Lavos. But Yarli and Lavos, we won't get those noggles until the end of the year. But these are all the prime accesses that I have bought. Some I've bought in on release dates, some I've bought in later on. But I do think the prime access are worth it though, in some fashion. And then continuing over here, we have just another little like corner to like lead down there. We have a little like corner booth here to kind of chill and hang out. We have our picture of our parents down there. I didn't know really where to put it, but I thought putting it here was a pretty good spot. And we have a little cushion here with the Goss Prime Floof. And then this is the free Arthur Floof that you get. I forget, I think it was with the TennoCon 2024 pack. But I think they really should bring back excuse me, I really think they should release more prime floofs. Let me get a drink real quick. And then I do also have the the breast cancer floofs, and I forget what the floof in the middle of the t-shirt was for. It was for some charity event. I forget what it was. I'm so sorry. And I wanted things on these walls here, but I was running out of space because this part here and down here counts as one area. So it became very tight on where I was gonna put stuff. And then I have the carpets right here as like a little like drape to walk down. And then we just have more posters, and then we have our helmet area set up. I have the Caliban's floor thing set up right here. I think those turned out really, really well. And then we have another one of these statues here. I forget what this is even for. I've had it for a minute. Yeah, what he said. And then this thing came with Dante, I think. And I thought putting it right here where you bore the railjack was the perfect spot for it. I thought it was fabulous. And then over here we have our bed. This bed turned out a little bit better than my second one I made in the back rooms. I even gave it like a headboard too, and a little like nightstand. And I think it turned out really, really well. I have thought about when I was doing my orbiter originally, and I was looking at a lot of people's designs, they would cut off both of the walkways. So obviously there's two walkways on both sides, and I've really considered cutting off the walkway, but I just really enjoyed having one walkway open to walk down here. But if I did, I would save a lot of room because, as you can see, I'm using a lot of different items down here. So it does take up a bit. So if I were to block this area off, I would be able to add more little subtle details. But then I would have to get rid of this corner for my bed, and I don't really want to do that. So, and then I have a Entrati, an Entrati dedicated wall here with his cat, him. This is all that was available of him at the time of me decorating my back rooms, so I might come back and add more. I have a lot of Roombas around here. So now for my personal quarters, just starting off with some miniature floof walls. I saw somebody else making this on Instagram one time, and I really liked the idea. But I already had a different idea of my plan for floofs, so I kind of just added it here to have something here. And then I have a lot of different the Warframe cards you can get for like Stynax or Runa, Saku, Sepagoth, Nova. And then we have a little shrine to Lotus and Ibarra Prime. And then here is the arcade machine. Oh, you can play these arcade machines. Wow. I never knew that. I thought it was only for Frame Fighter. Because I thought these two you had to go and do in the mall. And then this is if you had Worm on. And then that is if you had Zephyrano. Wow, okay. And then here's my Lotus Center statue. I really like having the J things around her, because they're both moms, you know. So, you know, just pretty simple. And then I love the aquariums. I love having the aquariums. I'm part of the underground fish market now, so some of these fishes might be getting sent off to be sold from people. And then of course my Avara Prime jellyfish. And then here is what I did with my floofs in here. Around the center music console, I did different little statues, and then I just made all my floofs giant and put them here and have a showcase. And then my plan for this fish wall was to have it filled with trophies of the fishes, obviously, but I never got around to it, so oops. And then I just have a lot of different floofs here to kind of fill up the spaces. And then I have a lot of noggles up there that I never finished like filling up the space because I moved to the back rooms. But let me go on my Warframe real quick, just so we can get a good height look on it. So those blue ones in the back are the exclusive ones I was talking about. Like I said, I'm too afraid to put them in my inventory that I'll lose them. Then we have another little tea station here to kind of just sit and look out into the void or to the ocean if we're in the back camp. And then I have a bunch of floofs looking out into space. We have our dog bed here, and then just a lot of like different story stuff here. So like we have the book, different statues, our family picture. I didn't really have a space for any of them, so I just kind of left them there. And then on to our final room is our operator / drifter area. And this path of floofs took me so long to do. I took a long hiatus from Warframe, and I was probably only like maybe somewhere back here with them. So when I first came back to Warframe, I floof hunted like a madman to finish it. This area up here was like mostly done, but I needed to finish the path. And then we have these giant circles here that don't fucking do anything. So it's like, why not let me fill them up with stuff. So I did one big floof for each of them. So we have the dog from Sanctum, we have the tiger floof from a lunar event, then we have bird 3, and then we have the dragon floof from the Year of the Dragon event. And then on this wall over here we have my mastery sigils. So it goes from mastery rank 1 all the way to LR1. And then obviously if I would have continued to use my orbiter, I would put LR2 here and all the way up to 5. But we're probably going to do it in my back rooms now. And I thought this was a really great idea to do, just to kind of show everything off. And they're all in order from 1 to 6 to 9 to 12. And then we have a special... Is that a special floof up here? Let me see. I don't think it is. Yeah, no, it's not. It's just some random floof I had. I used to have more in here, but I've changed it around a lot. In some of my older videos, even my arsenal looks very different than it does now. So I apologize for the little bit of a longer video. It might get cut down in some areas, but for now, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.